Good morning, student. I hope you have understood the fountain experiment to show the high solubility of HCl in water, so that you understand very well. Now the next point, that a vapor density. A vapor density, which means a vapor density, that is for the HCl. Vapor density, just that we can say that VD, that vapor density for HCl is 18.25. 18.25. Now in a vapor density, this HCl vapor density is 18.25 and the water vapor density is 14.4. So we prove that HCl is heavier than air. So that will do one experiment. Here for experiment I explain you how to do that experiment. Here this is the gas jar, this one of the gas jar, this one is open gas jar, and feel air in it. Now in this gas jar, the blue litmus solution, feel in it, the blue color litmus solution feel in it. Now we'll take another gas jar, we'll take another, like this is the another gas jar, this one is another gas jar here, and in this gas jar air is present, and we add a blue litmus solution, and here this is the another gas jar, and feel the HCl gas, Now we'll take this HCl gas jar, and here the one of the glass disc, put here first, and this HCl jar is inverted put in it. Like suppose this is the gas jar, and this is HCl jar. So we'll take this HCl jar and put it like this, inverted. Okay, so this is the way. Here this jar is put inverted here, so it's slim like this, put inverted. Now this gas jar is put on it inversely, HCl gas fill in it. Now we'll take out this glass disc, we'll take out. After the taking out this glass disc, it seems like this. So here the downward side gas jar, that gas jar is air present in it. Now we'll take out this gas jar, so it seems like this. So what happened, this HCl is coming here. So we already feel here, a blue litmus solution. So when the HCl gas is coming here, because it is heavier, so definitely here air is present. Now here HCl gas is present. We'll take out the disc from the center. Now we'll take out, so immediately HCl gas is coming down because it is heavier. So when it coming down here, you will observe that this HCl this blue solution become red. In color. So this is proof that HCl gas is heavier, that's why it is coming from here to here, and the air is present, is going up. So which means that HCl gas is heavier than air. So by this experiment, I hope you understand this experiment, that HCl gas is heavier than air. Okay. Now the next physical property of the HCl is, the HCl is liquefy. We can liquefy the HCl gas at under pressure of 40 atmospheric pressure. 40 atmospheric, this is a unit to express the pressure, that is a 40 atmospheric pressure we apply to the HCl gas at 10 degrees centigrade temperature, then it will convert into the liquid. So the HCl gas, when apply a higher pressure, 40 atmospheric pressure and 10 degrees centigrade, convert into the liquid form. Then HCl gas have a boiling point which is a -85. HCl gas have a So minus 85 degree centigrade and melting point minus 115 degree centigrade is a melting point. Then the HCl is a non-poisonous, but it's damage the lining of the wall of the nose and the windpipe. So that are the physical property. I hope you understand the physical property what we have done. The color of the HCl gas, which is colorless taste, that is the odor sour taste. Then the odor, the very irritating and pungent odor or smell. Solubility, it is highly soluble in water. Then that we prove the fountain experiment. Then the vapor density is higher than the air, that also we have done. Then the liquefaction, it can liquefy at this pressure and temperature. Then boiling point and melting point of the HCl gas, that also we have done. Then the physical nature of the HCl gas, that is HCl is a non-poisonous, but it's damage the lining of the wall of nose and the windpipe. So that are the physical property of the HCl gas. I hope you understand till here. Now let's learn a chemical property of the HCl. So the first chemical property, very important student, so many questions asked from this chemical property. So few question I will discuss with you the which type of question will come regarding this chemical property. So you just pay attention here and concentrate. So the chemical property, first chemical property, it is a neither combustion nor support of it neither combust, which means it cannot burn directly or not support a combustion. Okay, so if we take a splinter, wooden burning splinter, and take near to the gas jar of acid HCl gas, then it will put off. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Here suppose this is the gas jar, this HCl gas jar. If we take a burning wooden splinter near to the gas jar and take into the burner, so it will put off. So that is the chemical property of the HCl gas. So HCl gas cannot support a combustion and it cannot combust. Okay, so that is a chemical property, first chemical property. Second chemical property, action of the heat, or we can say a thermal dissociation. Thermal, which means when we heat some chemical and that chemical is dissociated into the another substance, which is called as a thermal dissociation. So that is a action of a heat, that is, or also we can say the thermal dissociation. So when the HCl heat beyond 500 degree centigrade, only HCl gas when heat beyond 500 degree centigrade, it dissociate. You know what is the meaning of dissociate? The particular metal, particular element which is present in compound, it convert into the two different compounds. So that is the dissociation. So this here the dissociation, so through the heating process it dissociates, that's why it is known as a thermal dissociation. So the action of the heat when the HCl gas is heated beyond 500 degree centigrade, it dissociates into the H2 gas and Cl2 gas. Okay, this question may become in filling the blank or complete that whatever here the temperature is given and complete the reaction. So if the temperature is given the beyond 500 degree centigrade, because we learn already in preparation of the HCl that we learn the more than 200 degree centigrade or less than 200 degree centigrade. Okay, that type of reaction also will come, that the NaCl plus HCl, NaCl plus H2SO4 when heated, like here the on the arrow, if the condition is given 200 more than 200 degree centigrade, then the Na2SO4 will become plus HCl HCl will be formed. Okay, so this product will be formed, and if less than, then the what is the product will be formed, that is the NaHSO4 plus HCl will be formed. So that also will ask, or maybe this one also ask, that 2 HCl and the beyond 500 degree centigrade, so H2 plus Cl2. So that is the way also some question will ask, that complete the chemical reaction. So some condition are given on arrow, so through that you have to understand what the product will be formed. Okay, so that type of question. Now the third one, the action with the water. action with the water, whenever any compound when react with the water and form a hydronium ion, any component which react with the water and form a hydronium ion, hydronium which means H3O plus, that is the hydronium ion. This is the hydronium ion, which is proof that that component or that compound or that substance is acidic in nature. Always remember student, whenever any substance or any compound when react with the water and form a hydronium ion which is proof that that nature of that substance is acidic. So here the same thing, the acid, when we know that HCl is dissolved into the water, but it dissolve into the water when it ionize. This is called ionize. Why ionize? When the particular substance dissolve into the water, it convert into the ions. This is called ionization. So here the ionize. Okay, you just need to know what is the ionization. Ionization, which means that when the particular component convert into the ions, so ion will be formed, which is called ionization. So here in ionization, the hydronium ion will be formed, which prove that that particular substance or particular compound is acidic in nature. So here the same thing, the HCl react with the water, it convert into the hydronium ion. So it's prove that HCl is acidic in nature. Okay, the few thing we know, the basic thing we know, that acid have a sour taste, and on blue, so litmus paper, what is the fact? Blue litmus paper convert into the red, which prove that it is acid in nature. So that thing we know. Now here through the chemical reaction we can prove that HCl is acid in nature. Okay, which chemical reaction? Whenever the HCl react with the water, it convert into the hydronium ion. So which is prove that HCl is acidic in nature. Any acid you can take. Suppose I will take CH3COOH, and when this react with the water H2O, it convert into the CH3COO minus plus H3O plus. Okay, so this is the way it will form. So here this hydronium ion form, which means that this acetic acid is acidic in nature. Got it? I hope you understand. If the product OH minus will be formed, then it is a basic. This is hydroxy ion. So basic in nature. Okay, hydronium ion and hydronium ion and OH minus, H3O plus. So that is why H2O is a H2O form, H3O plus, 2H2O, H3O plus OH minus. So here the both acidic and basic, so that's why it is a neutral. You already learn in chapter 9 standard water chapter, water is a neutral, right? So that also. So this is the part. So you just need to remember, whenever you will learn something about the action with water and the hydronium ion or hydroxy ion observe, so you just need to write according to that. So this is the main, so some question will come. So how you prove that the acid is HCl is acidic in nature? So you just need to write this equation, and you can say that hydronium ion produced, so that's why it is acidic in nature. Now the action with the indicator. Action on indicator. So as we know that now the acid HCl is acidic in nature, so for finding out that some indicators are there. So indicator, what is the meaning of indicator? First you have to know that indicator. So indicator, which means that that indicates us that what is the exactly nature of the component. What is the exactly nature of the component, that indicate us through indicators, that substance are known as an indicator. Okay, so here the blue litmus, you learn the litmus paper, so here the litmus solution also there. So litmus solution, with the blue litmus solution, when add HCl in that blue litmus solution, that blue litmus solution convert into the red litmus solution. So if we take in a test tube, if we take a test tube and add a HCl in it about 1 to 2 ml and add a blue litmus solution in it, so that solution become red in color. So that indicate that it is acidic in nature. Then the another indicator methyl orange, which is a orange in color, This methyl orange also indicator. You will learn if you will come in 11th science, definitely you will use this methyl orange and phenolphthalein. And in the 10th standard we have practical also, so that you will do. So the methyl orange, which is orange in color, when we add HCl in it, so that orange color convert into the pink color. So that proves that this HCl is acidic in nature. Then the phenolphthalein which is already present in a pink color, and when you add HCl in it, it convert into the colorless solution. So you will take a solution HCl in a test tube and add phenolphthalein, 1 to 2 drop phenolphthalein you add, so that phenolphthalein convert into the colorless. Okay, so the phenolphthalein which is convert into the colorless to pink, it will come. This phenolphthalein solution is a colorless. Phenolphthalein solution is a colorless. Yeah. No, right. Phenolphthalein is a pink in color, it convert into the colorless solution. Okay, so this is the way the action of the indicator, action with the indicator of, there are 3 indicators, blue litmus solution, methyl orange and phenolphthalein. According to behavior, according to this indicator, the behavior of the HCl solution is like that. You need to remember for short question this. Okay. Now the action with the ammonia, as we learn already, to find out the gas jar is completely filled with the HCl gas. For that we have done this, the action with the ammonia. So we will dip the glass rod into the ammonia solution and take near to the gas jar. So we will find out the dense white fume. So that is the action with the ammonia. So the NH3 plus HCl gas, when this NH3 plus HCl gas react together, it form ammonium chloride, and which is a solid, and dense white color fume is generated, and the white color solid also will be formed. So that is the action with ammonia, very important and very easy also. Now the action with the metal. So the metal which are coming, the highly reactive metal, the reactive metal series we learn, or here you will learn in electrochemistry that you will learn the electrochemical series. Electrochemical series you will learn in electrochemical series, the beginning of the some metal which potassium to iron metal, which can react with the HCl gas and form a respective chloride and form a hydrogen gas. Okay, suppose here some examples are given: calcium, magnesium and iron. When react with the HCl, it convert into the chloride, respective chloride of this metal, and hydrogen gas will be produced. So here your chemical property is over. So till here you need to remember, learn student, and you need to remember this action with metal. So some question at end of this chapter I will send you some question answer which are important for exam point of view, and definitely from that question some question will come. So you just need to remember all this thing. If you cannot able to understand, see it one more time, and if you cannot able to understand, then ask me after the watching this video. Okay, I hope you understand till here student, and afterward we will learn hydrochloric acid. After this chapter, after this point we will learn next the hydrochloric acid, its preparation, physical and chemical property. Okay, this is the last chapter before exam will do. After this chapter we will take revision of the previous chapter which will come in your exam. Okay, thank you so much student. Just try to concentrate what I am explaining, and if you have any doubt, then ask me anywhere. Okay, you can ask me anytime.